Hey, what's up, guys? It's Kiljaedas. How's it going? Another edition of the Tar Heel Turn. Number 1 Gonzaga Bulldogs against the North Carolina Tar Heels. Number 1 versus number 1. Final score: the Zags 65, North Carolina 71. Redemption has been made. North Carolina Tar Heels are the 2017 NCAA men's basketball champions. This was not the best game that I've ever seen for a championship, but it was good. It was a very well played game. Now, granted, there are some things that I would talk about the second half, but I would rather save that for a different video. The next video would be for the recap of the tournament. Please stay tuned for that. I should have that out very, very soon. But for now, let's just focus on the game. It was such a close match. And just, the frustrating thing was that there was a lid on the Tar Heel basket. When it came to three-pointers, we were shooting so many three-pointers and not getting anything. It was very frustrating. I mean, I was literally just yelling at the TV, just, thinking, why are we missing all of these shots? Some of them were just wide open. Justin Jackson was ice cold at the three-point line, and it was very frustrating to see him just time and time again just throw up what looked to be good, but then it was a brick. Joel Berry II kept things together for us when it came to points, as well as Isaiah Hicks and also Kennedy Meeks. Kennedy Meeks put up a stifling defense. I mean, just monstrous. He literally shut down Kowalski, the post player on the Zags with the beard. I mean, every single time when the Zags would dish it to him, Meeks was there ready to body up and make sure that he didn't get a good shot. And Kowalski was not used to someone as big, pretty much as big as him, guarding him, and it showed. And what a fitting end. North Carolina had the ball. It looked like it was going to be really, really close. I'm there standing up. I was standing up for the last 4 minutes of the half. And sure enough, the dish to freaking Isaiah Hicks to put it in, and then suddenly here they come driving in. If I believe it was William Gloss, he threw, he drove in. He was gonna put up something. Sure enough, Kennedy Meeks is there to send it back, and went right into the hands of the North Carolina players that were able to dish it all the way down to Justin Jackson for the dunk. And they just had nothing to answer for it, and it was very relieving. If anything, my emotion was simply relieved. I was already really pissed off about the events that was going on in the second half, and it was one of those things where I was able to sit down. And it was kind of like a load off my shoulders that, again, they finally won. And let's put it this way. Our coach, Roy Williams, a protege of Dean Smith, the great Dean Smith. Hey guys, a little bit of editing error right there, but think about it. Dean Smith's protege, Roy Williams, surpassing his mentor with his 3rd championship ever. But doing it on his 100th NCAA tournament game. That is, how monumental. And to have the final, and also have the final minutes, especially one of the big plays coming down to Kennedy Meeks, the senior. This is going to be his last game, and he delivered. Such a fitting end. My heart goes out to the Zags and the Gonzaga fan base. Such an excellently played game. it's unfortunate that my team had to play your team, in the finals. If North Carolina lost to Kentucky or to Oregon or anything, I would have been backing you guys 100%, wanting you guys to go all the way and win your first championship. I did. And it sucks that, it had to end like that. And for you guys to be playing my team. And right now, I'm pretty sure I'm not going to be letting to my mom and dad's house for a while because my mom is a Gonzaga fan. She loves the Gonzaga Zags, and yeah, I know she was not happy about it. But at least for 2017, at least one of my favorite teams has won a championship. So I guess that's a good thing as well. I don't know about my other favorite teams. I don't know if they're going to be able to pull it off or not. Let's go ahead and get to the team stats. Bring out the old iPad for this one. For field goals, the Zags 20 for 59. That's a 33.9%. Tar Heels 26 for 73, 35.6%. And the funny part about that is that the Zags were killing us in percentage on the field when in the first half. So it was nice that the Tar Heels were able to pick that number back up because there was a lid over that rim. For 3-pointers, the Zags 8 for 19. That's a 42.1%. The Tar Heels 4 for 27, 14.8%. Good God, our 3-point shooting was horrific. Again, it just didn't seem like anything was going to fall, and it was just gross. So for free throws, 17 for 26 for the Zags. That's a 65.4%. Tar Heels 15 for 26, 57.7%. It's still quite a few free throws missed, but luckily we were able to pick that number up a little bit. Total rebounds, the Zags have 49, that's 12 offensive, 37 defensive. North Carolina had 46 rebounds, 15 offensive, 31 defensive. Once again, it looks like we had, a pretty evenly, matched up. And look at that. The Zags are the ones that out-rebounded us. And somehow we were able to pull off with the win. That was a rarity. All 3 times that we got out-rebounded during those games in the regular season, we lost. And that's saying something that, that we were able to actually pull that off. So for assists, Zags had 11, Tar Heels had 15. Steals, Zags had 5, Tar Heels had 8. Total turnovers, the Zags had 14, North Carolina had 4. Personal fouls, both the Zags and the Tar Heels had 22 each. Again, excellently played game. There's nothing you can say about it except for maybe some things in the second half, which I'll get to in another video, but it was just, again, it's a really good game. The ending was a little bit of, a relief to have, having it not really go down to the wire that much. We were able to pull away in the very, very final seconds. So it was good. Let's go on to player stats now. As usual, I'm going to do the starting 5, and that's it. So far, for minute-wise, Justin Jackson and Joel Berry both tied for the most minutes with 37 minutes each. First starter, Kennedy Meeks. He had 7 points on the day, 3 for 5 on the field, no 3-pointers, 1 for 4 for free throws. He had 10 rebounds, 4 offensive, 6 defensive, no assists, 2 steals, and 2 blocks. Isaiah Hicks is the next starter. 13 points of the day. He was 5 for 9 on the field, no 3-pointers, 3 for 5 on free throws. He had 9 rebounds, 3 offensive, 6 defensive, 1 assist, 1 steal, and 2 blocks. He definitely came back and was able to carry his load this game. It was, it was good to see that he was, him not getting into foul trouble that much, and also as well, he was able to produce the points that he's normally supposed to do. I mean, great job by him. Next starter is Theo Pinson. He had 6 points on the day, 2 for 9 on field goals, 0 for 4 on 3-pointers, 2 for 2 on free throws. He had 9 rebounds, 1 offensive, 8 defensive, 2 assists, 1 steal, and 1 block. Next is Justin Jackson. He had 16 points on the day. He was 6 for 19 on the field, 0 for 9 on 3-pointers. He was just ice cold on the 3-point arc. It was very frustrating. 4 for 5 on free throws. He had 4 rebounds, 3 offensive, 1 defensive, 3 assists, 1 steal, 2 blocks. And the final starter, the 2017 NCAA Final Four most outstanding player, Joel Berry II. He had 22 points, 7 for 19 on the field, 4 for 13 and 3-pointers. He was the only North Carolina Tar Heel to make 3-pointers this game. 4 for 8 on free throws. He had 3 rebounds. Those 3 rebounds were all defensive rebounds. 6 assists, 2 steals, and 1 block. It was so great that we finally were able to win a championship after a little drought that we had. It's going to be tough without Meeks, and all the other players are going to be graduating. But hey, you know what? What a way to get redemption from what happened last year. Again, my heart goes out to Gonzaga and the Zag fans. I mean, what can you do about it? I mean, it just sucks that my favorite team was playing them. I would love it if every single good team, especially one that has been climbing up the ranks these past few years. I mean, I remember watching them during when they actually came up for the Great Alaska Shootout, and I liked them. I really liked them, and I hope that they did well. And then suddenly they showed up in the tournament, and they just kept climbing up. I mean, and the coach, I believe his name is Mark Few, just seeing him as a really young upcoming coach, and now that several years later, now he age has caught up with him a little bit, but I mean, he has put some serious work into that program. I hope that they're back stronger than ever next year. And I hope they do well. I mean, I hope that they do get themselves a championship. Unfortunately, I hope that it does not have to be where they have to go through North Carolina, because again, my allegiance is always going to be to my favorite team. Anyways, guys, that's it for this video. Thank you very much for watching. I'm going to do a recap of the entire tournament next video, so please look forward to that. And as usual, like, comment, subscribe, and tell your friends about me. Thank you for watching. Bye.